live once again. Rounds 2 and 3. Here comes Roger Goodell. He says, let's go Kansas City. Let's go Giants. They're booing the hell out of them. Wow, there was 125,000 people there last night. Holy cow. Wow. I think they're going from picks 32 to 102. So they got 70 picks they're going. There is Terrence. Let's go Giants. Yeah, but we got 26 picks to wait. Unless Shane moves up. Be interesting to see, what happens. I'm interested in seeing, like where some of these other guys are going to go. Like it would be pretty funny. Well, not funny, but I mean, if Joey Porter Jr., because who's on the clock right now? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Where did Joey Porter Jr. Where did Joey Porter, his father, play? Pittsburgh. So it'd be pretty cool if Joey Porter Jr. got. Let me see. Yeah. It says Joey Porter Jr. It says it says Pittsburgh needs a cornerback. So it would be interesting if Joey Porter Jr. got selected by the Steelers where his father played. That would be pretty cool for him. But I don't think. Well, I mean, Pittsburgh's on the clock. I guess they know what they're going to do or whatever. But they haven't announced anything yet. They said they're on the clock. Roger Goodell's still speaking. There we go. Open. Pittsburgh's on the clock. All right. Let's fricking do this. Okay, so there's 7 minutes now instead of the 10 from last night. Now they're down to 7. I don't know if it goes down when it goes into round 3. I'm not exactly sure, but I know I think it's like 3 minutes or something like that when you get to the later rounds. Steelers Bear trade. Oh, okay. And the Steelers and the Bears traded. That was last year. Yeah. Uh-oh. Said a lot of teams have been a lot of teams been going up or contacting the Steelers about possibly making a trade, but so far Pittsburgh, I guess they're holding tight. And I said it'd be interesting to see if they take Joey Porter Jr. where his father played football. But I said, but yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta wait like 26 picks. It was 25 last night because Miami had forfeited their first round picks, and that's why the Giants only had to wait 25. But now Miami has their second round picks, so that's why the Giants have to wait 26 picks. So we gotta wait. We got a while to go. They were saying one of the reasons why Joey Porter Jr. might have slayed. They said he's only had like one career interception. He's a little grabby. So that might be one of the reasons why he kind of fell a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if Shane does any kind of moves at all or anything tonight, because we still got all those picks later on. Since still Pittsburgh's still in the clock, so they haven't made their pick yet. But once the picks come, hopefully they should start coming, kind of, because they got 3.5 minutes left. So. A lot of guys still, a lot of good guys still out there. Interesting to see who falls. Okay, so around round one, there was 10 minutes. I always forget it. Round one is 10 minutes in between each pick. Round two goes down to 7 minutes in between each pick, and then round three goes down to 5 minutes in between each pick, which would be good because because we got 70 picks. We got it. I mean that's why the time goes down. You shouldn't need that long anyway. For picking like a third round pick and all, but that's why they're starting at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, and that's why the time is shorter in between each pick. Because it's. I mean, if they had 10 minutes in between each pick and it was 70 picks, you know how long that? Oh my goodness. Long. Okay, the Steelers pick is in. Let's see here. See who the Steelers got here. Oh, I'm kind of hoping PFF updates like last night. Okay, they took Joey Porter Jr. Steelers took Joey Porter Jr. Yep, off the board. He's going to be playing with his father, just where his father played. So that'll make him very, very happy. I'm sure it's going to make his father very, very proud as well, too. Joey Porter Jr., one of the final cornerbacks. I mean, there's a bunch of other good cornerbacks out there, but off the board. Now we got who's on the clock here? Is that the Cardinals? Who's on the Cardinals? The Cardinals are on the clock. I mean, they need a guard, a center, a defensive lineman, edge, and a cornerback. So still a bunch of good running backs out there, a bunch of good wide receivers out there, a bunch of tight ends out there. All of those centers are still out there for the Giants. Now, it'd be interesting to see who the first center is and where he goes off the board. That'd be very interesting to see. Oh, there we go. Going to announce Joey Porter Jr. to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's an honor and a privilege to announce that with the 32nd pick of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Joey Porter Jr. Wow. There you go, Joey Porter Jr. There you go. He's going to be playing where his father played. Wow. Wow. Joey Porter. Wow. His father played in the NFL from 99 to 2011. Wow. Oh yeah, he might get a lot of penalties thrown on him in the NFL because he seems a little grabby. So he does seem a little grabby. Oh man. There you go. So we got who's on the clock? So the Cardinals are on the clock. So the Cardinals could use a center. It's got guard, center, defensive line, edge, and cornerback for the Arizona Cardinals. So it'd be interesting to see who they wind up taking. Yeah, the Cardinals, their defense was horrible last year, absolutely horrible. So they could possibly maybe go looking for like defensive help. But yeah, the Cardinals, they're a mess. They need a lot. Now, don't forget. Now we still got, and if we go our second round. All right, in the second round, we got a fourth. We still got a fifth because we had 2 fifths. We traded one of them away last night. So now we got, we still got a fifth. Okay. And we got a sixth and we have 2 sevenths. So, I mean, we still got some ammo to move up. Now, obviously, I really don't think at all you'd want to go, trading away a 3rd round pick. I mean, if they were going to trade away something, I mean, maybe if they were going to, I would hate to do this too, but if they were maybe a 3rd from next year or something like that. But you really could use all your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year because you want to get, if you can get starters, it'd be absolutely fantastic. It really, really help them out big time. But I mean, they have, they said they have ammo. They can certainly move up without question. Let's see. Okay, the Cardinals are still on the clock. They got on the clock. Okay, on the clock. Oh no! Wait. Oh wait! Oh! The Titans. Titans traded up with them. Uh-oh. Here we go. Titans. Might be taking Will Levis. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm interested to see what the Tennessee Titans gave up to trade to the Cardinals. Let me see the Tennessee. See, where was the Tennessee? The Cardinals are. Yeah, they jumped up quite a bit. Wow. Where are the Cardinals at? So, wait, let me see. But, I mean, they jumped up to grab maybe Will Levis. I'm going to have to wait and see. Interesting to see. Oh, they took Will Levis. That's it. Will Levis is off the board. Tennessee Titans got Will Levis. So, I mean, there was some doubts, some question about him and all and everything. So, I'll have to wait and see. I mean, now they got Tannehill and Will Levis. So, good luck. God bless the Tennessee Titans because they had to trade up to go get him. So, I wish him nothing. I wish the Titans nothing but the best. But Will Levis, but he was one of those guys. I mean, Joey Porter Jr., right? He was one of the ones that was that you kind of question about where was he going to fall to. Will Levis, you kind of question where he was going to fall to. Well, they were 2 of the first guys. Mayer's still there. We still have a question about him. Oh, here comes Roger Goodell. Going to announce Will Levis going to the Tennessee Titans. There you go. They got a quarterback. So, well, he's off the board. Levis is off the board. So Joey Porter Jr. off the board. Will Levis is off the board. Here's a shame because Will Levis the whole night he was just sitting in the green room back there, just like looking at his phone. People were talking to him and stuff like that. He's just, he had to sit. That's got to be really tough to sit there the whole night, and not only so much like, get jumped over time and time again, but just sit. I mean, like even if he got drafted like number 25 or 26, finally maybe to get up and go and get on stage and stuff like that. But he's not even there tonight, so he's getting taken in the second round, and he's not even there. That's got to be really frustrating for the poor guy. But that's the chance you take, But I mean, Tennessee, you don't know how long they're going to try to roll with Tannehill. Now they got Will Levis. Wish him nothing but the best. So I'll have to wait and see. All right, so now we got, let's see here. Okay. Sam Laporta, tight end from Iowa, the Lions. So they replaced Hawkinson, their guy from last year. They traded away to the Vikings, right? Now they got Sam Laporta, the tight end from Iowa. So Mayer is still out there. He is still out there. The All-American from Notre Dame tight end. But, So the Lions got Sam Laporta, the tight end from Iowa. So the picks are going to come fast, which would be good. So, not sitting around for 10, 15 minutes waiting for a pick. So that's good. So now the Colts are on the clock. Okay. All right. Sam Laporta, tight end from Iowa. Colts are on the clock. Says the Colts need a quarterback. Yeah, I guess wide receiver. The Colts need tackle. Oh, it looks like they need everybody. Everybody. Wow. All right, here we go. Here comes the Roger Goodell once again. Laporta to the Lions. Tight end, Iowa. So they replaced. Wow. 6'3", 245. Nice size for a tight end. Sam Laporta. Wow. Now he's good with hands and all that, but he's, he could probably be a little bit better, I think, with the blocking. But they got themselves another good tight end. Now, remember the Lions last night, and they took the running back, they got the tight end, right? So they just, they had a good offense last year. So the Lions, look out for them this year. I mean, it can be, another trade. Got another trade. We got the Raiders. The Raiders traded up with the Colts. We got a trade. The Raiders traded up. So far, we got four or five. Let's be the fifth pick coming up. We got 2 trades already. This is great. This is like freaking Christmas. So the Raiders have traded up with the Colts, and now the Raiders are on the clock. I wonder what. Let's see here. What do the Raiders need? Well, it looks like the Raiders can use it. It says here, according to PFF, the Raiders need everything: a tackle, a guard, a center, a defensive line, a cornerback, and a safety. Brian Branch is still out there. You know, this obviously it's the beginning of the second round. There's a ton of good guys out there, so be interesting to see who the Raiders. I mean, obviously, you don't trade up if you don't have somebody in mind. So the Raiders traded up, not too far, but they traded up. So the Raiders got somebody in mind. But we still got about 20 picks to go, about 21 picks to go for the Giants. So, but there's still none of the centers so far have been taken. Okay, so that's good. There's like Tippmann, Avila, Whippler, John Michael Schmitz, right? So a lot of the top centers are still there. Still a ton of wide receivers are out there. Still a ton of running backs, but I mean, I'm so sure the Giants are going to be, looking for a running back in the second round. Now, there's some edge and defensive linemen and all and everything. So, still some good guys there, without question. It'd be interesting to see if the Giants fall in love with anybody. It seemed like Shane went reading an article when Shane was when he got to the Giants are 25. Actually, they'd be 26, but the Miami Dolphins had to forfeit their pick. So when it got to 24, right, and to the Jaguars, he was worried about, what stuff happens in the past, teams jumping in front of you and grabbing. He was worried about somebody jumping up and grabbing banks. So he said when he had, I mean, they do this with everybody. I mean, they got, plan A, plan B, plan C. They got to have it all the way to plan Z. I mean, they got to have it a lot. They got to be talking to almost every teams in front of them that teams calling up, he said, to want to trade with the Giants if the Giants wanted to move back. So there's a lot of stuff going on if they didn't wind up trading, if they didn't jump up, okay, the one spot. So all kinds of things could happen with the Giants if they but they wanted to jump up and make that trade with the Jaguars and give away 7th and a 5th. Okay. But just because when you got a guy that you want, it doesn't hurt to go after and get him. Don't play around, because all you got to do is have one team from behind you jump up and grab them, and your guy's gone. So here comes all right, here we go. Here comes the conditioner. They took Mayer. There you go. Mayer's off the board. Tight end, Notre Dame. Gone. All-American tight end from Notre Dame. There you go. Well, I mean, they traded away Waller, right? I mean, it makes a lot of sense for them. They traded away Waller, right? I mean, Mayer is not a freak like Waller is. Okay, he's not. He's not that super height and all of that and everything. He's very reliable, but he'll be a better blocker than Waller is. So I mean, they got rid of Waller, who is up there in age, who is expensive, and has had some injuries. Now they replaced him with Mayer, who's just a baby, right? He's young. He's a second round pick. So he won't be very expensive, maybe like $2 million a season or something like that. So they replaced the $10-11 million season guy with the $2 million guy. So that wound up working out really. Once again, the same thing with the Raiders. You got an All-American tight end. I'm not saying the guy's going to be a Hall of Famer or nothing like that, but what you do, okay, is you got, a good, solid tight end, good hands, not super fast, not super freaky or nothing like that, but a good blocker all around. And they went up and they got him. Good job for the Raiders. That's what you got to do. Don't hope and pray the guy falls to you. Go freaking grab him. What do we got, Terrence? I heard the Cowgirls were trying to trade with Jacksonville. Yeah, okay, that's why we moved to. Yep, yep. Oh, they had a top 30 with Banks. So, see, that's the thing is that if the guy's there, and I mean, that's why Shane said he had conversations with a bunch of other GMs and all that, just in case something like that happens. And so, if he didn't move up with Jacksonville, maybe the Cowboys might have, right? And then what would have happened, right? They would have took Banks because they needed a cornerback. That's what I kept saying. That they needed a cornerback. So who do we got? Who's on the clock? Oh, there you go. Okay, the first guard center off the board. Rams took Avila off the board. There you go. Now the Seahawks are on the clock. Seahawks on the clock. Avila, first guard / center off the board. So now there's Whippler, John Michael Schmitz, okay, and Tippmann as far as centers. So, but that does make a lot of sense. I mean, that's one of the if you have a chance, to go get your guy, just go get him. If it costs you a 5th round pick and a 7th, I mean, 7ths are, in the world of trading, yeah, they're very valuable, but they're also, if you go to trade them, trade wise, 7th round picks are not worth a whole heck of a lot. You can, I mean, you can get guys undrafted free agents almost as good as you can, like 7th round picks. So for the Giants, what the Giants did, that was good. You go and you get yourself a guy. It was funny because afterwards, Shane and Wink were hugging or whatever, and Wink was like really hugging the living crap out of Shane. He was so happy because he really seems to fit the Wink's defense really, really well. So that was really, and Dable looked very, very happy as well too. Now the thing is with Banks, he doesn't have a lot of interceptions, like career interceptions or anything like that. But he's good. It'll be a good pick. Good pick for the Giants without question. Now, as I said, it'll be interesting to see, like after the season's over with, when we let go of probably let go of Adoree Jackson after this season. Okay. What is Banks? Right? Is he number 1? Is he going to be number 2? Interesting to see. Because I mean, I said after the season's over, I mean, chances are we're probably going to need, another cornerback next year. Unless unless Aaron Robinson stays healthy and really steps up. I mean, he's got to stay healthy. Don't know about Darnay Holmes if he's going to make it. I mean, he could be one of those guys because I think if they let Darnay Holmes go, I think they can save themselves a nice little chunk of change. So it'll be interesting to see. All right, so hold on. The Rams pick is in. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. The Rams took Avila. So yeah, I forgot. Like I said the Seahawks are on the clock right now. So the Seahawks took in Jigba. So we'll have to wait and see where they go. So they won't be taking a wide receiver with this next pick. But here we go. I don't know who this is. Somebody's going to announce the Rams pick right now. Oh, is that Holt? Torrey Holt? He was good. Man, he was good. Yep, Mr. Holt. Guard / center. Wow. Yeah, Steven Villa, 6'3", 332 pounds, big guy. And they said he's got good tape at 2 different positions, guard and center. Oh yeah. Zero sacks allowed the last 2 years. Good, solid pick. Good, solid pick. Wow. Good pick. Good pick. Okay, Derek Hall, edge from Auburn. The Seahawks. So the Seahawks went with edge. So now the Colts are on the clock. They just traded back. So now the Colts are on the clock. So be interested to see who they got. Be interesting. I haven't seen so far like what the trades were, what picks were swapped or anything like that. It'd be interesting to see if that winds up happening. But right now, so they got the Colts on the clock. This is what I like is the picks should come a little bit faster. But I said, but once we get to the third round, it's 5 minutes in between each pick, so they're going to come even faster. Seahawks, Derek Hall, edge from Auburn. Not too familiar with him, but here comes the commissioner, Roger Goodell. Derek Hall, linebacker edge from Auburn. All right. All right. So, all right. So we got, just another trade. Unbelievable. Another trade. It's crazy. Another trade. We got the Falcons moved up with the Colts. Wow. Falcons on the clock. They got about 5 minutes to go. I mean, it's like the third trade so far. I mean, we're like 7, 8 picks, third trade. Whew. Wow. It's crazy. Ain't it crazy? I said, but I haven't seen, what the terms of any of these trades are yet. So I'll have to wait and see. But Falcons. Falcons got about 3.5 minutes on the clock. But I mean, the Falcons trade up. They traded up for somebody. You just don't make a trade and sit there and and you wonder about who we're going to take. The Falcons moved up for a reason. Now it says here they could use a quarterback, a wide receiver, and edge. So Falcons trade up to number 38 overall pick. So that's the second. I mean, look at the Colts. I mean, but you got to, I guess, figure that really works out well for the Colts because the Colts are like unbelievably horrible. This is the second time the Colts have traded back in the second round. So they're stockpiling their picks. So they're doing pretty good. I mean, they're doing good for themselves. I mean, that's kind of like what Shane did last year. Remember, we needed picks, right? So what did Shane do in the second round last season? He traded back with the Jets, traded back again. So he got a couple more picks. Right? I think we got a 4th and a 5th round pick because he traded back 2 more times. So he was just kind of collecting picks because we needed as many fresh bodies as we could. And that's what Shane wound up doing. So he did a good job last year. So he traded back 2 times in the second round. So that's what the Colts did too. They just traded back 2 times. So let's see. The pick is in. The Falcons pick is in. They took Matthew Bergeron, tackle from Syracuse. So they jumped up to grab a tackle. Falcons jumped up and they grabbed themselves Bergeron, a tackle from Syracuse. Okay. So I guess they had their eye on Bergeron. They went up and they got him. So now the Panthers are on the clock. Panthers on the clock. And here comes the commission. Somebody. I don't know who it is. It's going to announce their pick. John Abraham. Great player. Guard. Well, here it says tackle. He's a tackle. So he lives in Quebec. Wow. Canada. Well, good for him, man. Good to him. Well, Syracuse is up by Canada, so good for him, man. Very impressive. Very impressive. Right. So that was a good pick for them. They moved up. Once again, same thing with with the Falcons. They saw the guy, moved up, grabbed him. Right. I said, I don't know who they're trading away to get these, move up to get these picks, but that's what you want to do. Especially now, I think it's really, really important because you got in the second and third round. I mean, especially the second round. These guys are starters. All right. I mean, if you're grabbing somebody in the second round to be a backup, I mean, unless he's a quarterback and you plan on maybe having him like Will Levis, maybe have him sitting, maybe behind Tannehill, maybe for a year, maybe. But I mean, for the most part, in the second round and even the third round, if you got grabbing guys to be like backups, I mean, you're doing something wrong. Either that you're doing something wrong, you're smoking something, or your team is that complete, okay, that you're just trying to, get some good quality. That would be some good quality depth. Getting a guy in the second or third round to be some depth, that would be, that would be outstanding. I mean, if your team is that complete, but there's not that many teams that complete. Every team could use starters. So, that's the important thing is like in the second round, especially the third round, if you see a guy there, the starters, right? If you got to give up a fourth or fifth, okay, a fourth could be maybe some nice quality depth. I get it. Okay. But if you're in the second round and you see somebody there who is, maybe the Giants, I'm just saying a center, maybe, and they're in love with, say Tippmann. All right. I heard some good things about Tippmann. If they're in love with Tippmann, right, and he's like 4 or 5 away from you, and you can trade your 6th round pick, your second and your 6th round pick to jump up and grab Tippmann. Go grab that. I mean, he's a starter. If you fall in love with him, don't sit there and wait. These guys are, these guys they're starters. Especially if you fall in love with them. I mean, I can see like maybe did they grab yet? Jonathan Mingo. There you go. The Panthers took Jonathan Mingo. Mingo. Wow. Okay. Wide receiver from Mississippi. Yeah. Good pick. Good pick there. Very good pick. But I said, but I mean, I can see, it said in the second round, you jump up and you grab the guy, right? I mean, in the 5th round or so, I mean, I can maybe not see so much maybe trying to jump up in the 5th round and trading away other draft picks in the 5th round to jump up in front of somebody to grab somebody. I can see maybe, letting it come to you. There I can see that. But I mean, in the second and third round, you got guys who are starters out here. Go get them. I mean, especially, we had 11 picks, right? Now we traded away Waller and we're down to 11. But then last night we traded away 3 picks to get Banks, right? So now we're down to 8. Okay. So, but I mean, but the nice thing is that all of those picks that we had, actually we had 11. And we traded away Wall and all, but I mean, there was a good chance that even when we had 10 picks going into the draft last night, the 10 picks were not going to make this team. I mean, we just had too many guys, a decent, decent team, but also we had a lot of guys who were injured last year coming back from injury. I said, 3 of them wide receivers: Wan'Dale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, Colin Johnson, right? And then we just brought in all those free agents, wide receivers, but also, I said McKeithen was injured. He's coming back. Zudu injured. He's coming back. Davidson, defensive lineman, he's coming back. So we got those guys coming back who are going to make the team. So it was a good chance that 10 draft picks from last night we're not going to make the team. So if they come out of here with like 6 or 7 really good picks, I'm all fine with that. And also, let's not forget that after the draft's over, you get all those undrafted free agents. They can bring in some guys from there too, who might wind up making the team or be good quality depth, right? So I mean, if they only wind up with 6 or 7 picks, it's Then also, let's not forget. Also, another one of the reasons why you want to also maybe have some money after going into the season is because when the here we go. Jonathan Stewart. Okay, he's going to announce the Panthers pick here. Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver. Great pick. Great pick. Saints are on the clock. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to. Oh, yeah. Good pick. Pick 39. Okay, so now we Saints on the clock at 40. So the Giants are 57. So we still got a ways to go. So that doesn't mean the Giants can't jump up. Okay. Mingo, 4-4-40. Fast. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. What a catch. One-handed catch. Wow. My goodness. Very impressive. Wow. Wow. Good pick. Jonathan Mingo. Okay, so we got the Saints on the clock. They got guard, center, defensive lineman, edge, and cornerback that they need. So they said, So what do we got? Still got who we got? Oh, what do we got? I wanted him. Yeah. Mingo. Yeah. Yeah. I know in some of the mock drafts and some of the I heard maybe about the Giants maybe trying to maybe get him in the second round. Well, not a first round, but yeah. Yeah, but they kept showing highlights of him just going deep. I mean, catching the one of the balls was like behind him. He reached up with one hand, pulled it down with one arm. What a freaking catch! They also showed him on you know, he took 2 steps, turned around, the quarterback hit him. He juked out a couple of guys and took it to the end zone and all and everything. So yeah, that was a good pick. Okay, they took Foskey, the edge from Notre Dame, the Saints. So Foskey, edge from Notre Dame, is off the board with the Saints. So now the Cardinals are on the clock at 41. 41. So we're starting to get there. Oh, let's see here. We're getting there. We got about 15, 16 picks left to go. So let's see here. Let's see here. So we're starting to get there. All right, let's see now. Giant. Let's see here. Traded picks. All right, let's see here. All right, we got. See the Giants pick it. I'm just looking here. So the Giants pick now at number 57. If they wanted to jump up to like say number 41, their pick 57 is worth 330 points. So now, wow, see that the problem, yeah. If they wanted to jump up to 41, they would have to trade away their second and third round pick to get up to 41. And they might even have to give up a little bit more than that. So I think I don't think they're going to be jumping up that high. Okay, here's somebody going to announce the Saints pick. Roman Harper. Isaiah Foskey. Roman Harper. Here we go. There you go. There you go. Wow. Yeah, that's my school, Notre Dame. Well, that's my team, Notre Dame. Good sacker. Very good. All right, so the Cardinals are on the clock. Cardinals on the clock. So, yeah, but I think right now, like if the Giants wanted to trade up, right, to like from 57 to 41, I think it would still be too much. I mean, they would have to give up quite possibly their second and third round picks. So I don't see them doing something like that. I think they got to wait. Let me see here. Where can they strike here? I'm trying to see. I got the chart up here. Cardinals took. Oh, they took Ojulari. Man, it took Azeez's brother. Ojulari's off the board. Azeez's brother. Cardinals just took him. Good pick. Good pick. You know, weren't quite sure. He's one of those other guys that you weren't quite sure if he was going to make it to the Giants at 57. Would have been nice if the Giants wound up grabbing him, but I don't even know if they would have grabbed him in the second round anyway. You know what I mean? The Giants have some other needs, you know what I mean, like center. So, but Ojulari is off the board. So now we're at pick 42. Well, we got pick 42. Now I'm saying so the Giants, 42 is worth 480 points. Okay. The Giants pick 57 is worth 330. They'd have to come up with like 150 additional points, which is basically what their third round pick is worth. So basically, the Giants I'd be way too rich, unless for some reason they were going to give away like their third round pick from like next year or something like that. Which I don't know if the Giants would want to do something like that. I really see the Giants wanting to hold on to their first three picks. You know, I mean, because they got a lot of holes, and I'm thinking even next year they might want to hold on to their picks. You know, the top ones anyway next year, not trade away their second round pick from next year just to move up. Or they can use all the top picks that they can get. But I mean, so right now for them to jump up all the way to like pick 42, still a little too rich. A little too rich here. There we go. See, Foskey, Ojulari. Cardinals took B.J. Ojulari. One's named Azeez, the other one's named B.J. So right now, the Packers are on the clock right now. Packers need, let's say it says here they need a quarterback, a wide receiver, tight end, defensive line. Oh, the Green Bay, they took Luke Musgrave. Oh, okay, they took a tight end. Okay, so they took somebody who's going to help out Love, because Mr. Robinson's neighborhood or Mr. Rogers' neighborhood ain't there anymore. So Luke Musgrave. So the tight ends starting to come off the board now. Interesting to see where that guy Washington goes from Georgia. The dude's 6'7". What a freak he is! My God, that tall, be that good of an athlete. Absolutely good. Really, really good. So right now the Jets are on the clock. It says they need a tackle and a linebacker. I'm sure they can use more than that, but all right, the Cardinals pick is in. And somebody is coming in to maybe announce it. Okay, here comes somebody to announce the Cardinals pick. B.J. Ojulari. Ojulari. Wow. Good old B.J. Ojulari. Man, wouldn't that have been unbelievable if the Giants wind up drafting him? The two brothers. I mean, and you have the two brothers, and then you have Kayvon. Wow. Wow. But so we got the Packers got Luke Musgrave. Okay, they just took the tight end from Oregon State, Musgrave. Now the Jets are on the board. And I said, once again, I think it's still a little too far out of the Giants' reach if they wanted for some reason to jump up and grab somebody. I still think it's a little too far to reach for them. You know, I said, once again, I mean, these guys are still starters here. So, I mean, if there's somebody the Giant, it starts getting within striking range instead of jumping up 10, 12, 13 spots or something, unless they were totally in love with somebody, they had to have this center, Tipman, and they thought maybe somebody else was going to grab them. Then I could see maybe that happening. But, I mean, if there we go, Goodell speaking. Packers take Musgrave, tight end, Oregon State. So he's going to he'll certainly help out. He'll help out Love, that's for sure. Six, 253. That's that's an ideal size for a tight end. Very, very good. I said he missed the final 11 games with a knee injury, though. So. Good pick. Good pick. Jets are still on the clock. Jets got 2 minutes left to go. They're still on the clock. Wow, then you got the Packers, then you got the Colts, and then the Packers again. Wow. So. Uh-oh. I got to try to change stations now. Because I don't know why on earth NFL draft. Okay, there we go. They just, isn't that weird? Live home. Oh, hey, live. Okay, isn't that weird? I gotta go to ESPN 2. I was on ESPN. I was on ABC. I don't want to watch ABC. Where is? If I can find it, I can do the NFL. The NFL. Where is oh, maybe we don't have ESPN 2. No ESPN 2? Oh, maybe I don't know. Penn Teller. Gold Rush on NFL Draft. Wow, I guess not. Box. Wow. Oh, ESPN 2. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, the Jets took Tippmann. Damn. Tippmann is gone. All right. Well, so now the centers are going. Giants got a decision to make here. John Michael Schmitz is out there. I see Avila's gone. Whippler's gone. So I'm sorry. Whippler's still out there. Michael Schmitz is out there. So the Jets took Tippmann. They needed. It didn't say they needed a center, but they took a center. So we'll have to wait and see. Now the Colts are on the clock. So Colts are on the clock. So now 2 of the top 4 centers are gone. Tippmann and so we got Tippmann, right? And we got and Avila. Those guys, Tippmann and Avila. Yeah. Yep. That's so it's the Giants, going to be interesting to see what the Giants wind up doing here. It'll be interesting to see. Jets took Tippmann, yep. Yeah, that's just good. So now we got down to 2 centers left. I mean, two. I mean, there's other centers out there. I mean, there's plenty of other centers out there. It's just, what do the Giants want? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, what do the Giants want to do? So the Colts are on the clock. They got, their pick is in. So the Colts pick is in. So it should pop up here any time now here. What do we got? Colts pick is in. Waiting to see. So the Giants got a little over 10 picks left to go. So we're up to Colts. Okay, Colts are 44. The Packers are next once again. So the Packers got almost like back-to-back almost picks in here in the second round. So waiting for this to update. Okay, they took Julius Brents. Oh, okay, Brents. Yeah, the guy from K-State. Oh, yeah. I heard a lot of good things about him, too. Brents, really, really good. That's a good pick. Really good pick. Absolutely. You can't argue with that one. See, Brents was one of those guys, like if the Giants didn't take a cornerback in the first round, Brents was somebody you might think about in the second round. A lot of good, there's still a lot of good quality cornerbacks out there. I mean, maybe not somebody who's going to, there's no shutdown corners or nothing, but I mean, you get some good players as far as cornerbacks. I mean, obviously the Giants really don't have to worry about that unless they want to like double dip, maybe one of their later on picks, But Brents is a real good pick. So now we got, I said, now the Packers are on the clock. Okay. So now the Giants, they're getting there. The Giants, let's see here. Where we got here? The Giants, hold on here. Giants at 57. Whoops. All right, Giants at 57. Okay, the Packers are on the clock at 45. So for them to jump up to 45, they'd still have to give up almost, Yeah, they'd still have to give up, a decent amount. So, Brent's K-State, good pick, really, really good pick. Good for him, and good for them. They need a lot. as we saw last year when the Giants kind of pretty much dismantled them. I mean, I think that was the only game the Giants dismantled anybody last year. It was the Colts. So the Packers are on the clock at 45. I said the Giants still got a ways to go. I think it's still way too early, I think, for the Giants to jump up and grab somebody. I think they're going to have to want, letting whatever fall to them. You know what I mean? Let somebody fall to them. So, I mean, have to go maybe another 5 or 6 picks, I think, before maybe the Giants can maybe think about maybe trading up and grabbing somebody. Because I think, that they have to, if they were to jump up and trade right now with somebody, they would have to give up their first and maybe quite possibly their third. Not first, third, their second and quite possibly a third round pick. And with the holes that the Giants have, they don't want to give up a third round pick. That's kind of golden to them. So I think they definitely want to hold on to those picks. Let's see here. Let's see who's cool. Yeah, all right. Okay. Oh, there you go. Damn. Well, Lions had a ton of picks, didn't they? They took Branch. Lions took Branch. Wow, it's amazing he fell that far. Oh, you know what happened? The Lions, they traded with the Packers. Isn't that weird? They traded with the Packers. But they jumped up and they grabbed Branch. See, that was good pick. Good pick. Let's see. The Commanders, right? Is it? Who's on the clock? 46. The Patriots on the clock now. Okay, so the Lions traded with the Packers who are in their own division. Wow. The Packers let them jump up and grab Branch. Wow. I'll tell you what, I mean, if you're in my division, you want to trade up with us to grab somebody to make you better in our division and quite possibly beat us, you better make it worth our while. So, once again, I don't know what they traded in return, but Branch is off the board. I was kind of wondering how far he was going to fall because a lot of people thinking about he quite possibly he might be a first-round pick. But so he made it like close to halfway through the second round before somebody picked him. So that's a good pick. Good pick for him. But even while they're on commercials right now, so even while they're still on commercials, the clock is still tipping. And the Patriots, Patriots got about 4 or 5 minutes to go. Up, Keon White, edge, Georgia Tech, Patriots took. So that's good. That's good. I mean, for the Giants. Now, the Commanders are on the clock. Now, interesting to see. Says the Commanders could use a center. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, of course, I guess it's not the end of the world if they don't grab it. The Giants don't grab a center. I mean, there's in the second round, there's other guys out there, but yeah, that's the one problem about drafting. So far back in the second round, you're going to watch all these guys come off the board in front of you. So, but the Commanders are on the clock. Branch is off the board. He would have been nice. Yeah, I think he would have been a nice addition to the defense. Got that positional, his kind of defense he's kind of got going on there. I think he probably would have been good. But I said once again, it's just I think definitely too far for the Giants to try to jump up and trade like in the low 40s. So unless they were totally in love with somebody, because it would just be too expensive for them draft-wise, I could see them doing that if they only needed 3 or 4 guys maybe to complete their team, and they would be knocking on the Super Bowl door, even after this draft, they're still not going to be knocking on the Super Bowl door. I think they still have too much of a gap between them and the Eagles, them and quite possibly the Cowboys. Even the 49ers really look good. Like I said, let's not always forget, there's a process, long process. I said, we got this year, right? We got next, and next year, I said, hopefully if things go well, hopefully after next year's over, next year's draft, the Giants should be, hopefully, I'm certainly, I don't want to say knocking on the Super Bowl door, but, I said, once again, don't forget, it's always a process here. All right, here comes the commissioner. He's going to announce. Yeah. Wow. Going to announce Brian Branch. And I said, and then the Patriots took Keon White, edge from Georgia Tech. Brian Branch is going to come out on stage. They said he was there last night. He didn't get a chance, obviously, to hear his name being called or nothing like that. So he'll get to go out there and shake the commissioner's hand and all and everything. It's good for him. It's good. I mean, it's good. Nice to see he's out there. That's good. He doesn't get a jersey because I think only the first rounders get that jersey with the number 1 on and everything. But at least he gets to go out there, so that's good. Good for him. Not many guys, go whatever they call it in the green room the first day, don't get picked and come back the second day. Not many guys do that. You notice Will Levis didn't do that. So, but all right. So, all right, the Commanders are on the clock. Okay, the Patriots took Keenan. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Jartavius Martin, cornerback, Illinois. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now the Packers are on the clock. Remember the Packers traded. The Packers been on the clock about 35 times. They keep trading back and picking picks and all that. But so the Packers are on the clock once again. So we're at pick 48 now. Let me see here. Pick 48. That's still a bit too rich. The Giants would have to wait theoretically to maybe 52 to jump up with maybe the Seahawks. And that way they could trade away if they wanted to. I'm just saying if. That way they can trade away maybe their second and fourth if they wanted to jump up maybe with the Seahawks to go down to pick 52. But right now everything's still too rich. But the Washington Commanders, Washington Commanders, okay, they just took themselves a cornerback. Oh, wow. Damn. The Packers traded again. Holy cow. They just traded with the Bucs. Wow. Oh my God. Packers are just collecting picks here. Which makes a lot of sense because they, they lost Aaron Rodgers, their biggest threat and weapon and all of that. So I think that makes a lot of sense for the Packers, but they just traded back again. Oh my God. They traded with the Lions. Okay. I don't know what they got, but then they just traded back with the Buccaneers. So now the Buccaneers on the clock at 48. So the Buccaneers jumped up. Buccaneers says here, Buccaneers need about 30 things here. It says here on PFF, they need a quarterback, a tight end, a tackle, a guard, a center, defensive line, and a safety. So O'Cyrus Torrence is still out there. Cyrus Torrence is still out there. Wow, I'm surprised he made it this far. So maybe they jumped up to grab him. But so I have to wait and see. Yeah. Well, they're talking up, but I mean, I was just some of their picks, the running back they took last night in the first round, who had like a second round grade on him. You probably could have got him in the second round. I don't understand. Then they took Campbell, who a lot of people had him at a second round grade. They could have probably gotten him in the second round. It's just some of the stuff is a little head scratching. Here we go. The Patriots. Sebastian Vollmer, two-time Super Bowl champion. It's funny seeing all the Patriots fans. You know, I mean, they're getting all excited, like we're the greatest, we're number one, we're this and that and the other thing, and they ain't going nowhere. They don't have Tom Brady. They ain't going nowhere. That's why I love it. I love it when a team, they have all that success and all that, and like one guy leaves or one guy gets old and retires or whatever like that, and they just can't replace him and all that, and then that team, just like the Patriots, just kind of go. I love it. Absolutely love it. So you don't have to worry about the Patriots this year. No, I don't think not with Mac Daddy Jones there as their quarterback. I don't think so. Okay. Cody Mock, North Dakota. Oh, that guy. Okay, the Bucks jumped up to trade with the Packers because they wanted Cody Mock, the tackle from North Dakota State. A guy, pretty good tackle, but from North Dakota State. So you got to give the Bucks some credit there. They jumped up. They saw the guy. It's the guy they wanted. So they got him. So now the Steelers are on the clock once again. Steelers run the clock with the first pick in the second round. Steelers are on the clock once again. So let's see where they go. It says the Steelers could use a tackle, a linebacker, a cornerback, and a safety. Somebody's going to announce the Commander's pick here. London Fletcher. It's funny after a while because they start announcing these players and the fans are like looking at each other like, yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah, like a lot of them don't even know who they are. That's a good pick. Jatavius Martin. Good pick for the Commanders. So we'll be going up against them, right? I said the Patriots. Let's see here. Yeah, so the Patriots. Let's see here. Okay, Cody Mock. The tackle, the Bucks. Okay, the Bucks went and got Cody Mock, the tackle. So now, right now, the Steelers are on the clock. There are, unfortunately, it looks like there's a few teams in front of the Giants that could use a center. So it'd be interesting to see if Michael Schmitz comes off the board, if Whippler comes off the board before they go up to the Giants. So it'd be interesting to see. But the Giants, within the next couple of picks, I'd say the next 2 or 3 picks, they could, if they wanted to, they could possibly jump up. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Keanu Benton, defensive line from Wisconsin. Okay, the Steelers picked. So they took Keanu Benton, defensive lineman from Wisconsin. Okay. So the Steelers are off the board. They just made their picks. And now the Packers are on the board once again, unless they trade again and move back again for this. They've done it 2 times. Okay. They've done it 2 times in this round. They're picked. Packers are traded back. So they're collecting draft picks. So the Packers are up once again at pick number 50. So I wonder how many picks the Packers have. They must have a ton of them. But they're at number 50. So the Packers need, it says here, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, defensive line, edge, and safety. So doesn't look like they could use a center. So it'd be interesting to see. Once again, as I was saying, if a center falls to the Giants, here's Roger Goodell once again, Green Bay. Malk? How about Malk? Malk? Malk. Cody Malk. There he is, long hair. Long hair. Yeah. Yeah, good pick. Let's see. So what we got here? So we got okay, the Steelers at 49 took Keanu Benton, defensive lineman for Wisconsin. So the Packers are back on the clock once again. Packers are on the clock. So we got, let's see, Packers. Okay. Oh, Giants are getting there. We're getting there. Michael Schmitz is still there. Whippler is there. In my mock draft, I took one up taking Whippler to the Giants in the second round. That was a center that I gave the Giants. But it's still there. Up, but I took Jaden Reed, wide receiver, Michigan State. Okay, good. Okay, so Packers took Jaden Reed, wide receiver. Jaden Reed. Okay, so the Giants, so we're on pick 51 now. 51. Dolphins are on the clock. All right. Dolphins on the clock. So it says the Dolphins need a tight end, tackle, guard, and a center. So we'll have to wait and see. The pick 51. Now the Giants, they're striking range here. They wanted to. They could jump up. After this pick here, they could possibly jump up if they wanted to. Okay, if they had to, right? If they really felt that they had to grab, say if a center comes, like say if Michael Schmitz comes off or something, and they were in love with Whippler or whatever, and they had to jump up and grab a center, right? After this pick, they could jump up if they wanted to, and possibly with the Seahawks trade their second round pick and their fourth round pick. Now, be tough. They may not want to do that, but interesting to see. Right, so the Dolphins are still on the clock. So we got 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So we got 7 more picks, including the Dolphins pick here. We got 7 more picks than the Giants. Time for the Giants. Whew. What the Giants are going to do here, right? Still a lot of good guys on the board, obviously. Second round, you got starters, a lot of starters out there. So Dolphins got about, what do they got? Dolphins got about 3 minutes left to go. Now, if we're talking, I'm just talking centers here. That's all I'm doing. According to PFF here. Well. Unfortunately, there's like 3 or 4 teams in front of the Giants that need a center. So we'll have to be interesting to see if one of those centers makes it to the Giants. So a lot of trades. There are a lot of trades. First 47 picks from Major. I mean, that's I don't even, unfortunately, they're not showing all the deals. I mean, because you know all the trades, but you're not showing, who got what pick and all and everything. Here we go. Somebody's announcing the Steelers. Okay. All right. Yep. Dalvin's still on the clock. All right, the Packers got Jaden Reed, wide receiver from Michigan State. Now, once again, the Dolphins are on the clock. Can't be too much longer before the Dolphins pick. Commanders got Nick Gates at center. Gotcha. Well, possibly Nick Gates. I mean, Nick Gates could be their center. He could be a guard there, too. So. Yeah, said the Packers, they always take wide receivers in the second round. Yeah, but come out with Nick Gates. I mean, they got him, obviously, but you don't know, is he going to be there? I mean, he remember a few years ago, he played tackle for us too. He played tackle. He played guard. Remember, that's when he got back, he got bull rush, and that's when he snapped his leg. He was remember. My God, what a great year that was, right? Lemieux started at left guard the first game against the Broncos, right? Lemieux played the first quarter 2 years ago, and he's partially tore patella tendon. That's all he can. He played 17 snaps. So then Gates came in there to spell, because Lemieux, his season was over with, right? So Gates went in and took over at left guard. So, but that's when 2 games later, or whatever it was, that's when he got bull rushed, snapped his leg, and so I mean, don't forget, Gates also play tackle for us too. So I mean, that's the beauty of having a Gates. Yeah, he plays all over. I mean, it's a shame. That's the beauty of. I mean, are you going to get an all-pro player? Probably not. But I mean, the heart. I mean, the guy. See the injury the guy came back from. The guy's got a heart of a champion, right? But he'll play anywhere. I'm sure he'll freaking punt for you if you want him to, right? I mean, just a good overall. if he's if he's not a starter, he's decent backup for you, if nothing else. But I mean, he certainly could be at our center. Yeah, that's for sure. Cam Smith. Okay, cool. Oh, he's good too. Cam Smith. Yeah, a lot of these guys, damn, so many good cornerbacks. Cam Smith, South Carolina. Heard a lot of good things about him. Zach Charbonnet. Oh, I heard a lot of good things about him too. The Seahawks took Charbonnet, the running back from UCLA. Good picks. All right, so now we got the Bears, the Lions, the Jaguars, and then the Giants. So there's still two centers there. Be interesting to see where the Giants wind up going here. But it says here with the Bears, says the Bears could use a center. They use the tackle, a center, defensive line, edge, and a cornerback. Chargers says they need a wide receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. A lot of teams need cornerbacks. Then they got the Lions. Wide receiver, tight end. They drafted a tight end. They don't need a tight end. And defensive line. Then the Jaguars, they need a center as well, too. So it'd be interesting. Wouldn't that be funny if the Giants traded with the Jaguars once again, jumped up on them? That would be freaking funny. But we got who's announcing. Who's he announcing? He's announcing the Seahawks pick, right? That's a good pick. Charbonnet's a good running back. Good, solid running back, yeah. Charbonnet. Okay, the Bears are still on the clock. Oh, they took, okay, good. Gervin Dexter Sr., defensive lineman from Florida. So the Bears took, so now the Chargers are on the clock. So there's four more picks. Then it's the Giants. So I mean, I don't know if you get, I don't know if you're getting excited about maybe a center. It's tough to get excited about a center, but there's still Whippler's on the board now. I said, once again, I don't know what the Giants think of him. John Michael Schmitz is still on the board. Once again, I don't know what the Giants think of him. Okay. But I mean, a lot of people seem to think the top center on the board, the top center is Michael Schmitz. So, but they said we're going to Pro Football Focus here. That's all I'm going by them. Let's see here. Well, they got the Chargers, then they got the Lions, and they got the Jaguars, and the Jaguars could use a center. So it'd be interesting to see if maybe the Giants once again trade up with the Jaguars again. Wouldn't that be funny? But let's see here. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking. Yeah, Gervin Dexter Sr., defensive lineman from Florida. The Bears took. Okay, so I'm trying to. These picks are coming fast now. And they're going to come even faster in the third round. I'm going to have to keep on my toes here. But so we got the Chargers, the Lions, and then the Jaguars. It'd be interesting to see if the Giants jump up. See, now if the Giants wanted to, they could jump up. Okay, without question, they could certainly jump up and trade with one of these other teams here without giving away maybe even their fourth round pick. Let's see here. We're on pick 54. Be three. Yeah, the Giants could literally jump up. Well, let me see. Where's their fifth round pick at? Yeah, the Giants could quite possibly jump up, and if they wanted to, if they felt like they had to. Okay. All right. If they felt like they had to. Okay, for some reason, if they thought, if they like, say they were in love with Michael Schmitz. Okay. And they thought for some reason they had to jump up and grab him. They could jump up and they could trade. Okay. They could trade with the Chargers or the Lions if they wanted to jump up. Like say jump over for whatever reason, jump over the Jaguars who might need a center if the Giants were in love with Michael Schmitz. Okay. They could jump up and trade with the Chargers or the Lions and give away maybe their first round and maybe their fifth. Their first round. I keep saying first. Their second and maybe a fifth. Okay, so, but once again, I mean, the Giants let's not forget like what happened a few years ago. Now, I don't know if with Biotish, the center from Wisconsin, it was like the 4th round or whatever it was. I don't even know if the Giants could have used the center. The Giants could use the center of the past, 300 years, I think it is. It was in the 4th round. Biotish was coming around 4th round. What I think it was the 4th, and it was a couple picks in front of the Giants. What happened? The Cowboys jumped up, 1 or 2 picks in front of the Giants and grabbed Biotish. So that's where they grabbed their center. Okay. As I said, I don't even know if the Giants were even going to grab him. Who knows? I don't know. But, I say once again, I mean, if you see a guy there and you're afraid you might lose him, go up there and grab him. Yeah, you don't want to lose him. So, but it'll be interesting to see. So the Chargers are still on the clock. I mean, I can't have much more like a minute or 2 left before their pick is in. So then they got the Lions, and then they got the Jaguars. And the Lions have got a lot of picks too. I mean, my God, at least I think so. I think this will be at least. What would you say? I think they're at least their 4th pick for the Lions. A lot of picks. They've got some good players. I just said with the Lions, it was just some of it was just like some head scratchers. I mean, you're picking guys. Yeah, I mean, what do we got? Schmitz is 25 years old. That makes me a little nervous. Oh yeah. Well, some of these like these what would you say the guys like they missed the COVID year and also they could get that extra year of eligibility and all that. Yeah, some of these guys coming out like I think Hendon Hooker is 25 as well too. I think. Yeah, so some of these guys coming out are yeah. It's good and bad. I mean, it gives them another super seniors. Yeah. I mean, it's good and bad. It gives them another year of experience in the college level. So that's good, but also puts another year of wear and tear on their bodies as well, too. So let's see. Did they pick yet? No, Chargers still on the clock. I mean, it can't be too much longer for the Chargers to pick. Yeah, super seniors. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because in a COVID year, they were able to take the year off without penalty. I don't blame them. My mother passed away from COVID. So if they wanted to take off from COVID, it makes all the sense in the world to me. But what we're saying is that now you're having some of these super seniors come out who are a little older than normal. You don't have 22-year-old guys coming out. You got guys who are 24 and 25 years old coming out, right? Devin Hester. Damn, that guy was freaking good. Announcing the Bears pick. Florida Gators. All right, still on the clock. Chargers still on the clock. Should be any time. It's got to be any time now for the Chargers. Let me see who just announced the Bears. Okay. Gervin Dexter Sr., defensive lineman from Florida. Okay, so now I said now the Chargers just waiting for their pick. I mean, I'm surprised that their time hasn't run out. The Chargers, they can't have much more like about a minute or so left to pick. But according to Pro Football Focus, I'm going by, it says the Chargers need wide receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. Oh, okay, there you go. They took an edge. Tua Pulotu. If I pronounce that correctly. I'm horrible with names. Edge from USC. Okay, so now we're down to 3 picks. There's 2 centers left. That's if the Giants are even going to take a center. You don't even know. But so we got Hooker's older than Jones. Yeah, I know. Isn't that freaking weird? Isn't that weird? Jones is in the league for all these years. He's working on his second contract, all this, and we draft the guy out of college who's older than he is. Isn't it? The thing like with Hooker, I mean, he's another one of those guys. How far is he going to fall? Because remember, he was injured last year. He's coming back from an injury. Should be, from what I understand, should be okay for this season coming up. But he's one of those other guys. How far is he going to fall? Okay. Injury, his age. He might still be a little bit of a project, but the Giants need, a quarterback. a third quarterback. Okay, we go. Oh, they're announcing Kansas City. Oh, no, not announcing Kansas City's pick. What am I talking about? The Chargers pick. Okay, he's not. I hope he pronounces the guy's name right. Oh, wow, the Chiefs. Uh-oh, Chiefs traded up. Chiefs traded up. Chiefs traded up. The Chiefs are picking 55. Tuipulotu. Defensive end from USC. Tuipulotu. There you go. That's his name. Glad he pronounced it right. I was too stupid to pronounce his name right. Okay, so the Chiefs just traded up. They need a wide receiver, defensive line, and edge. So they jumped up for some reason. They jumped up for some reason, the Chiefs. So interesting to see. But so many trades. It's freaking crazy, isn't it? Tuipulotu. Okay. Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu. Okay. There you go. That makes sense now. There you go. But so many trades, and the thing is that things are going so fast is that they don't show on the screen or the ticker or anything like that what the details of the trades are. So I guess the Giants are staying put. Well, they can't trade with the Chiefs because the Chiefs just traded up. Okay, so now you got the Jaguars and you got the Giants. The Jaguars, according to Pro Football Focus, could use a guard, a center, edge, cornerback, and a safety. So, be interesting to see where the Jaguars wind up going. Rashee Rice, wide receiver, SMU. Okay, so the Chiefs jumped up, got themselves Rashee Rice. They got themselves another wide receiver. Well, they had a lot of guys last year, good, all that, but a lot of the guys I think were on like short deals and all and everything. So they got themselves a nice stud. They got Kadarius Toney, if he can stay healthy. You got Rashee Rice, you got Kelsey, right? So of course you got Mahomes. You still got Andy Reid there, right? So they jumped up and they got themselves a wide receiver. So that was a good pick. Once again, I don't know what the terms of the deals are. How much they had to jump up. I didn't look to see. As I said, what it cost them, I don't know. But they jumped up and they got themselves a wide receiver. But you also look, if they won the Super Bowl, unless they lost half their team, which I don't think they did, they're still close to knocking on the door to win another Super Bowl. So they only need a couple guys. All right. So if they jumped up and lost a few draft picks just to grab somebody who they can plug and play, more power to them. I mean, that's the ideal thing. I mean, that's what you want. Giants aren't quite there yet. But so now we got, who do we got? The Bears. Oh, boy. The Bears traded with the Jaguars. They jumped up in front of the Giants for a reason. Let's see if they grab Michael Schmitz. Let's see if it costs them Michael Schmitz. Let's see. It says the Bears need a tackle, a center, defensive line, edge, and cornerback. The Giants need a center. Let's see if they grab Michael Schmitz. I wouldn't be, this will be one of those things. The Giants need a center. And a team jumps up in front of the Giants to grab a center. Let's see what they jumped up in front of the Giants for. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all. So now the Giants, unfortunately, can't trade with the Bears because the Bears just traded up with the Jaguars for a reason. They jumped up quite possibly right in front of the Giants, quite possibly because Michael Schmitz was there, because apparently they need a center. And then quite possibly they're trying to help Fields out. So if they can jump up in front of and snag the best, quite possibly the best center in the draft, and screw the Giants. So if you don't know if the Giants were going to grab him anyway in the second round, you don't know. They might roll the dice with the guys that they have, which I really don't agree with, but we'll have to wait and see. There's other ways the Giants can go. There's linebackers out there, right? There's wide receivers out there. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's never good when a team jumps in front of you, right in front of you, okay, like the Bears just did, that's never a good sign. So, unfortunately, they did it for a reason. I'm dying to say. Well, I'm not dying to see Michael Schmitz up there, but it says they're still on the clock. I mean, oh, cool, good. I don't know why they jumped up Tyreek Stevenson. Good. Okay, now the Giants are on the clock. The Bears jumped in front of the Giants. Maybe they overjumped the Giants. Maybe they get in front of the Cowboys because the Cowboys could use a cornerback too. So maybe the Giants lucked out here. So let's see if the Giants take Michael Schmitz to center. There's Whippler there. All right, there's some other the centers they could take, but let's see if they take Michael Schmitz as center. It would be the first time in 732,000 million years the Giants had a center, right? Wouldn't it be phenomenal, right? The best center in the draft is on the board, round 2. Let's see if the Giants pull the trigger on it. Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback from the U. That's the Bears jumped in front of the Giants, okay, to grab Tyreek Stevenson. So I don't know if maybe the Giants didn't want to trade out of, maybe it wasn't. Maybe the Giants didn't want to move from where they were at. Maybe the Bears called them, and the Giants didn't want to move. They wanted somebody to fall to them. Trenton Simpson still out there too. I mean, there's still some really good, solid players out there too. Kansas City Chiefs picking. Kansas City Chiefs just got himself another wide receiver. Good player too, Rashee Rice. Good, solid player. And they jumped up to get him. That's what you got to do. Good player. Giants still on the clock. Says here the Giants need a wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, and safety. Okay. Yep. It's according to Pro Football Focus, so I can't argue with that. Okay. There's no safety the Giants are taking here. Okay. A linebacker, I could see a linebacker. I could see a wide receiver, or I could see a center. So any of those, as I said, I don't. This safety class. I mean, there's some. Branch was the best one, without question. He fell to like halfway through the second round. Shocked he went that far. Good, solid. Good, flexible. I mean, you could put him many different positions. Branch is a really good player, but he went before the Giants. So the Giants says, a linebacker, center, wide receiver. Let's see where they go. So they're still on the board. But I say, this is the first time, I mean, if they actually draft a center, and I said it's hard to be excited about a center. I get it. But I mean, they draft a center, draft them, bring them in and put them in there. You be the center and actually, have the same guy in there for years on. I mean, think of what Sean O'Hara was with Eli Manning, right? Right. Michael Schmitz, yeah, got the center, baby, yeah, center, center, yeah, yes, about time, yeah, yes. Very good. Yes. I'm surprised you fell that far. But hey, cool. And we didn't have to trade up to go get him. He fell to us. Yeah. So now what we got? Okay, so now you got to start thinking, right? We got Daniel Jones. I mean, I hope, I really hope they can work something out with Saquon, right? You know, I understand he's a running back, but he's so much more than just a running back. He's a presence. We were killing the draft. Oh yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But I mean, if let's hopefully work something out with Saquon. I hope we can work something out with the guy, right? But I mean, if we have our quarterback, we got Saquon, right? You got your center, you got your 2 tackles, and even if Evan Neal was to struggle, Lawrence Tynes announcing, Lawrence Tynes, baby. He's announcing. Yeah. 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 Woo. Very good. Just watching his highlights here. That's all. I get some highlights of him. Wrestling background. That's freaking huge for an offensive lineman. That's huge. Leverage, hands. Oh, that's really, 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 really important. Yeah. 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 5-time academic All Big Ten. 5-time. Holy freaking crap. 2018 to 2022. Yes. 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 Freaking love it. Drew Pearson again. Oh, come on. Who do they take? Tight end. They took themselves because they lost Schultz. So they took Shoemaker, tight end from Michigan. Schoonmaker. I'm sorry. I thought it was Shoemaker. Schoonmaker. Okay. So they got themselves tight end. Schoonmaker. Okay. That's a great pick for the Cowboys. He's, what did he say, 6'5", tall freaking dude, man. Yeah, so he'll be another. See, unfortunately, this is why this is the stuff you got to keep up with. You know what I mean? We have to keep up with this kind of stuff because I mean the Cowboys, they lost Schultz, who was not a phenomenal. He was a solid guy, but I think sometimes he was more of like a recipient of the system, recipient of, we got Amari Cooper out there. You got ABCD Lamb out there. These guys draw attention. You got Ezekiel Elliott running the ball. You got a great offensive line, right? So sometimes guys like Schultz are good recipients, like Schoonmaker might wind up being the tight end from Michigan, who the Cowboys just took. Once again, he might be a recipient of good players around him. But said this is the reason why you got to keep up with this crap. You got to keep up with it because they lose Schultz and they just plug and play another guy in there. So this is why you have to keep getting, like the cornerbacks. It's so important. I mean, it's like, well, we just got to, but it also shows you the importance of drafting correctly. Why? And also salary cap, right? If we had good salary cap management, we'd have Bradbury, right? We have Adoree Jackson. We just drafted Banks. Now, drafting properly. Why? If we drafted properly, right, we could still possibly have Eli Apple on our team. Not in the first round, right? But I mean, if you drafted a cornerback in the first round, where you drafted Eli Apple at number freaking 10 in the 2016 draft, if you drafted a cornerback who could play, he'd still be possibly on your team. Whether you wanted to pay him or not for in his second salary, well, that's a different story. I don't know. But also not only that, but when you jump up, and go a DeAndre Baker, right? And you wind up missing out on that, right? So that's why it's so important, because when you miss out on Apple, when you miss out on DeAndre Baker, when you screw up your salary cap, okay, and you can't afford to keep Bradbury around, right? That's why it's so important to be able to draft correctly. You miss out on the salary cap, and you miss out on your draft, set you back, because it's like, oh, now we got to get another cornerback. Well, you just drafted one. No, well, he sucks, so we got to get somebody else. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so important to keep to hit on your draft picks. And it looks like Banks, without question, is certainly going to be he's certainly going to be a winner. Somebody we're going to certainly keep around for sure. That's for sure. So that's great. And then finally got a center. Man, I can hear a lot of people jumping for joy in Giants land. Who we got here? Oh, O'Cyrus Torrence. There you go. Bills finally. Okay, that's where O'Cyrus Torrence went. Man, he almost went all the way through. Almost went all the way through the second round without being picked. O'Cyrus Torrence, the guard, finally got taken from Florida. The Bills took him. So now, the DJ Turner, cornerback. Heard a lot of good things about him. The cornerback from Michigan, DJ Turner. The Bengals took him, I guess maybe to replace Eli Apple. Okay, so now the Jaguars are on the clock. Okay. Jaguars are on the clock. Then you got the Beagles, okay? And then you have the Lions. Now it's interesting. It says the Beagles here need a wide receiver. I guess maybe they need like a third wide receiver. I guess because they got DeVonta Smith and DJ Brown, so they don't need the top two wide receivers. But I guess they need maybe quality depth, maybe. All right, the Jaguars are on the clock here. But good old Giants, baby. Oh, Hendon Hooker is showing a picture of Hendon Hooker still waiting to be picked. Interesting to see if, I'm kind of hoping they take a quarterback. So, here comes. Next selection is ready. O'Cyrus Torrence for the Bills. O'Cyrus Torrence. There you go. Consensus All-American guard. Good pick. Wow, 6'5.5", 330-pound guard. Big freaking dude. My God. They say he's dominant, yeah. Nice. All right, Jaguars on it because we got 3 picks left. Got 3 picks left in the second round. Then in the third round, it's going to be, we said 5 minutes in between each pick, so the picks are going to be even faster. So you got to stay on your toes. But it's not bad. It's been 2 hours so far. All right, so here we go. Talking about the Bengals. Is that AJ Green? AJ Green, 7-time Pro Bowl. Yeah, man, he was good. When he stayed healthy, he was good. Okay, so let's see. Who do we got here? All right. Okay. Jaguars are still on the clock. There you go. Okay, they took Brenton Strange, tight end from Penn State. Okay, so they went a tight end. All right, so now we got who we got here. All right, now the Beagles are on the clock. Let's see who the Beagles take here. This is who will be lining up against for the next few years. Let's see. A lot of good wide receivers out there. Let's see. You got 30. Let's see what we got here. The Beagles still on the clock. So these next 2 picks, we still got 7 minutes in between each selection. So, but once the third round, it'll be a lot faster. So you figure the third round will be, it should be about 2 hours long, I guess. So what do we got? It's been a little. Well, actually, no. I mean, it'll be about 2 hours by the time the second round's over. It'll be about 2 hours because it started after 7 o'clock. So. I'll be right back. Oh, the Beagles traded with the Texans.
To Hulu Plus Live TV. It makes sense. Hey, you guys talking about me? I was surprised too. What?
Cancellation, most days. Booking.com, booking.com.
Yeah.
Great relationships are built on honesty. Honesty about that brand.
All right. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh. Oops. I still. Actually, I gotta get one of those. Let's see my. Whoop. All right. Okay. Yeah. I had to get off the couch. My back is killing me. Well, it's sitting there last night, and I was sitting there tonight. Whew. All right. So, but the Eagles traded out of their pick, so they traded with the Texans. So it's looking like the Eagles got back-to-back picks in the third round. So Eagles traded back, and I guess they collected another draft pick. So that's just something the Eagles would do. I mean, just Howie Roseman. I got a wheeling deal. I'm a trader. The Eagles still suck, but that sounds like that's got the Eagles written all over. Okay, Juice Scruggs. Okay, the center from Penn State. Texans jumped up, traded with the Eagles, got Juice Scruggs from Penn State, the center. So that was a good pickup for them. So the Eagles traded. So. Oh yeah, flurry of them. All right, so then we got now the Lions are on the clock. It's in the Jaguars pick. Brenton Strange, tight end, Penn State. And then the next pick is a guy from Juice Scruggs from Penn State. So they got back-to-back Penn Staters going. Oh, geez, another freaking trade. Holy crap. The Broncos traded up. Now the Broncos are picking. They traded, I guess, with the Lions. So the Broncos traded up for a reason. They need a center and a cornerback. So maybe they jumped up. Maybe they're taking Whippler. Maybe. Be interesting to see. Maybe they're taking Whippler. We'll have to wait and see. But a ton of trades. It's crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen this many trades before. Wow. Whew. So Broncos are on the clock. The Broncos are the last pick of the second round. And then after that, we go down to 5 minutes in between picks. So the picks will come even faster. Fast and furious. Then we got somebody announcing another pick here. Juice Scruggs, center from Penn State. So back-to-back Penn State got gone. So the Broncos traded up. So the Broncos are the last pick in the second round. They traded up to get somebody. So they're still on the clock. And then after the Broncos select, now we'll be in the third round. So well, wow. Texans did pretty good. I remember they had back-to-back picks, and they had picks number 2 and pick number 3. They took C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Phew, man. All right, so we're still waiting on the Broncos. Still waiting to see what they're going to pick. They're still on the clock. I mean, that. And then we'll be going into the third round. So it says the Broncos pick is in. Marvin Mims. Oh, there you go. Mims is gone. Damn. Gone. Damn. Gone. Damn. .5'11", 183, Marvin Mims. Yeah. All right, so now we are third round. Now they got 5 minutes in between each pick. Now the Bears are on the clock unless we get another trade, but the Bears are on the clock here. So now interesting to see where the Giants wind up going. So now there's still a lot of good guys out there. Interesting to see where they wind up going. So we got the Bears. Then it looks like we got the Eagles. The Beagles got back-to-back picks. So back-to-back the Beagles. So, but now the picks are going to come fast and furious now, or faster. So what do we got? We got picks. We got like 38 picks, I think it is. Because let's not forget, this round we got some compensatory picks in there. So that's why this round goes from like pick 64 to like 104 or 102 or something like that. So the Bears have about a minute and a half left to go. But they're on Bears are still on the clock, but they don't have much time left. So they only got 5 minutes in between each pick. So the Bears need a tackle, a center, defensive line, edge, and cornerback. Should be interesting to see where they wind up going. I said, but then after that, the Eagles have back-to-back picks. So I said, but the Eagles are wheeling and dealing. It's all their guy Howie Roseman. That's all he does. Wheeling and dealing. Chicago Bears, the pick is in. I got two computers here. I'm trying to see which one updates first. I got one's got the ESPN on it, and the other one on like a Pro Football Focus. Sometimes one updates faster than the other. But usually I always know who the pick is before they announce it on TV. Let's see, that Bears still hasn't updated yet. Now the Giants, okay, they're in the third round. Their third round pick, according to this chart, is worth 145 points at pick number 89. Okay, so I mean, theoretically, I mean, they'd have a hard time jumping all the way up to the beginning. They would have to trade away a pick probably from next year if there was somebody they were in love with. Surely doesn't mean they wouldn't do it, but they don't have enough draft capital right now to go from pick number 89 all the way up to 64. They would have to trade away a pick from next year. Okay. So let me see here. Oh, there we go. Did the pick come in yet? Nope, still on the clock. Haven't updated it yet. Well, I'm still seeing this Marvin Mims, the guy from the Broncos, took. Waiting to see round 3 starting. It says the Bears. Says their pick is in, and now the Beagles are picking back-to-back picks. Okay, But once again, they should start coming faster now that there's only 5 minutes in between each pick. Okay, here comes somebody. Trenton Simpson's still out there. Drew Sanders is out there. Still got some good linebackers out there. All right, here we go with the Bears. Okay, they took Zach Pickens, defensive player from South Carolina. Zach Pickens. Okay, so now the Beagles are on the clock for back-to-back picks. So, all right, let's see here. Beagles are on the clock. Back-to-back picks. Be interesting to see what the Eagles are. Because remember, the Eagles last night, they took the defensive lineman and a defensive edge, right? So, we'll have to see where they wind up going. But what do we got? Respect to my fellow service members. Yeah. It's really good that they always, have them on the stage and all that, and show respect to them and all and everything. Really, really, really good. Very, very classy. I always like that with the NFL. They seem to show a lot of love and respect to the service members. They do a really good job about that. Because remember, we wouldn't have the freedom that we have right now if not for them. So, let's see. The Beagles went back to back. They said, but I mean, there's still a couple good linebackers on the clock, on the board. Be interesting to say where the Eagles go. As I said, don't forget the Eagles. I said they took the edge rusher last night. They took defensive lineman last night. So, yeah, Trenton Simpson's still out there. Drew Sanders is out there. The two linebackers. Oh, yeah, Darnell Washington, the freak. Oh, my God, the tight end. Holy cow. Wow. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think the Giants have enough. Yeah, I mean, it really looks like I said, unless the Giants wanted to, let's see, the Giants couldn't jump up anymore to like pick number 80 or something like that. Yeah, so the Giants are going to have this. They're going to have to let this fall to them. It'd be a back-to-back. Yeah, as I said, I mean, the Giants got to let this stuff fall to them. They don't have enough ammo right now to jump up that far. It stinks as all these good players fall off the board. It's tough to sit there, where the Giants are picking at, and let that one pick after the other come off the board and all. But I said unless the Giants want to, screw around with the draft pick from next year, I mean, they'd have to really be in love with somebody. I said a couple of those linebackers are, pretty special. The thing is also with the linebackers is they did just grab a Karake too, so you have to keep that in mind. I don't know if they'd want, maybe grab another linebacker, but I don't know if we need one right away. Still got some good wide receivers out there. Good running backs out there. The thing is with the running backs is that for the most part, you got Saquon Barkley for at least this year. I mean, So you got him. So with a running back, if you want to grab the running back, he's just going to be like a backup. Good backup. Now, if you can't work a deal out with Saquon and you think you're too far off, well, if you grab a good running back in the third round, well, then you might know maybe going forward he might be your starting running back next year. So I could see something like that. But I'm just saying for this year, Giants got a lot of holes to fill. Okay. Some holes to fill. Okay. The Mel Kuypers Jr., Trenton Simpson, Drew Sanders, Darnell Washington, the freak tight end, Adoree from defensive end from Northwestern, and Jalin Hyatt. Jalin Hyatt, right? The thing is with Jalin Hyatt, a lot of what I've seen is that, he's kind of like, doesn't, I guess, have the greatest route tree, I guess, right? I mean, he's kind of like more of a, straight up and down the field. But a lot of people have, a lot of high expectations for him too. So there's still some good guys out there. But unfortunately, I really think that they're going to have to let the board fall to them. Unfortunately, I would love to see like a Simpson. I mean, if they grab themselves another linebacker, middle linebacker, face them next to a Karakay. Let's see here. The Eagles made some picks here. Okay. The Eagles took the tight end Steen from Alabama. Okay, and now and then they took Sidney Brown, the safety from Illinois. So they took a tackle and they took a safety. So the Eagles are restocking their defense, right? Which was kind of one of their weaker. Obviously, their weaker link last year was their defense. Their run defense was a little suspect sometimes, but I mean, they got a defensive tackle, they got an edge rusher, and the Eagles got a safety. Then they got a tackle. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure where this tackle is going to play because they have two starting tackles. So I mean, I guess they're taking tackle for some quality depth, I guess. But all right, here we go. They're announcing the Eagles picks right now. Trent Cole. All right, so the Eagles went safety and tackle, back-to-back picks. All right, so now we got the Broncos are on the clock. So also, I mean, this is also maybe a prime time too, also for some trades, right? Because you figure, now you're starting to kind of get to, there's starters, and after kind of this round, the starters just kind of start fizzling out, where you start getting maybe backups, right? So I mean, there could be a bit of a scramble going on here, possibly. I mean, there was a freaking ton of trades in the second round. I don't know if I can't keep track, but I mean, I can't remember that many trades in the second round. That was a ton of trades. I was saying, but right now is, you still got the third round, you still find some starters, right? Possibles. But that's just as it starts going by, you start getting the third into the fourth round. That's where you start going like, into the fourth round where you get guys, maybe contributors, maybe good quality backups. So, if you see somebody who can maybe make a difference on your team, it might be right now, might be the time, to jump up and maybe grab them instead of somebody maybe falling to you. So I'd be interested to see what the Giants wind up doing. But I think the Giants would be, they would have to dig into their draft picks if they were to jump up now. I really think with their trade of the third round pick and jump all the way up into the beginning of the third round, I think they would have to dig into their picks for next year. And They don't want to do that, right? So they're going to stay put, unfortunately, let the board fall to them. So now I said the Broncos are still on the clock. Center, and they said they need a center and a cornerback, but so I'll have to say. Okay, they took Drew Sanders. There you go. Drew Sanders is off the board. There you go. So Drew Sanders off the board. Broncos took the linebacker. There you go. So now the Lions are on the clock.
With the 67th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Drew Sanders, linebacker, Arkansas.
Good pick. Good pick. Lions on the clock. Wow. Yeah, good pick. Good pick. Oh, there you go. Hendon Hooker. There you go. You were wondering who's going to take it. Hooker to the Lions. There you go. Hooker to the Lions. There it is. Now you know where Hooker went. Hooker to the Lions. So, see, they got Goff, right? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. They got Goff. Goff's not good. Probably not the long-term solution for them or whatever. Goff had a very good year last year for the Lions. They had a very good offense. They put up a bunch of points on the Giants. Lord knows they did that. They really had a good year last year. But if they want to take a flyer on Hendon Hooker, right, maybe they can develop him. If they don't want to keep Goff around long term, right? Have Goff for another year or so. If they think Hendon Hooker's ready, bring Hooker in, let Goff go, right? So that's a good pick. That's a good pick. So he was another one of those guys. It's like, where's he going? Who's going to take him? So Hendon Hooker in the third round. So he might be. Oh well, maybe no. It might be might be another quarterback going the third round. There are some other good quarterbacks out there, so I'll have to wait and see. But Hendon Hooker is gone. The Tennessee guy went to the Lions. Now the Texans are on the clock once again. Then you got the Raiders, the Saints, the Cardinals, and the Texans are on the clock again after that. Jesus. I mean, the Texans have had what, 13 picks? Well, 3. Texans, it's pick 73. I think that'd be the Texans' 5th pick because they had back-to-back first pick, second and third pick overall. Then they had a pick about a half an hour ago. Then they have these 2 picks here. So the Texans, I'll tell you what, they 5 of the top 73 picks for the Texans. So, Texans have done well so far for themselves, but they need they have a little ways to go. They're not like knocking on the Super Bowl door, but they've done pretty good. But Hendon Hooker is gone. Texans on the clock, 70. Still way too far for the Giants to jump up. Still too far. They can't. They couldn't jump up. Yeah. Giants would have to 240. What do they got? 240 and 145. Yeah, 100. Oh yeah. No, the Giants. Yeah. I don't think that Giants. If the Giants wanted to trade up right now, they unfortunately they'd have to dig into next year's draft. I mean, like it might even be like maybe you have to give a 4th round next year or something like that. Maybe 2/4 or whatever they wanted to jump up. But we'll have to wait and see. Just wait and see where the board falls to him. Of course, there's still some good guys out there, but anxious to see if they wind up taking a wide receiver. That dude, Washington, the guy is like 6'7". Oh my God, the tight end from Georgia. Kind of interested to see where he winds up going. That guy's a freak. What an athlete he is too. My goodness. Let's see if they picked yet. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Okay, Nathaniel Dell. Texans took Nathaniel Dell, wide receiver from Houston. Okay, wide receiver from Houston. Nathaniel Dell took the Texans. Now they got the Raiders on the clock. There's somebody announcing the Lions pick.
With the 68th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, quarterback, Tennessee.
And so there it is. Good for him. Hendon Hooker waiting to hear his name all the way here into his
Hendon Hooker, the first quarterback in the third round. He's finally up the board. Good for him. He's been sitting there for a long time waiting for his name to be called. So he's a Detroit Lion. Hendon Hooker. Oh, man, tears his ACL against South Carolina. Wow. And he tore it. Wow. Jeez. And he tore it on grass too. Wow. 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 Good for him, man. Okay, Byron Young, defensive lineman from Alabama. The Raiders took Byron Young. So now who we got now? Now the Saints are on the clock. Saints, the Cardinals, then the Texans are on the clock once again. I think this will be the Texans' 5th pick coming up. So, yeah, showing some highlights here of Hendon Hooker. Yeah. And they did. I tell you what, they put up some points against Alabama. Wow. Good old Hendon Hooker. He's a good athlete, boy. He's still a little raw, but he's got the talent, but yeah, he's got some talent. All right, the Saints are on the clock. Hendon Hooker going to the Lions. Congratulations. So all right. Oh, Texans pick is in. Jeez, what the heck we got? Oh, the Texans. Oh, yeah, the Texans pick is in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they just picked. That's right. Texans picked. Oh my God! Oh, geez. Texans picking it. It's a 60. Picked a 69. Okay. Oh yeah, and Nathaniel Dell. Nathaniel Dell, wide receiver from Houston.
With the 69th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Nathaniel Dell, wide receiver out of Houston.
All right, and we got Byron Young taking the Raiders. at pick number 70. All right. Now, pick number 71, Saints.
So this is a pick with a look at the future potential. Going to be fascinating.
Yeah. The thing is, they're talking about Hendon Hooker. They said like after next year, how Jared Goff after this season and in 2024, Jared Goff has no guaranteed money, so they could possibly just let him go and bring in Hendon Hooker. All right, so you got the now they're announcing the Raiders pick. Byron Young, defensive lineman from Alabama Raiders. Kendra Miller, halfback from TCU. Saints took. Kendra Miller, the Saints, pick number 71. Going to TCU.
Was to always remind all of you, each and every person out there and those watching on TV, to remember what's coming up in the next week or so. Mother's Day is coming up. Willie Brown took great pride in encouraging all of us football league players.
So now the Cardinals are on the clock.
To remember your mom.
Cardinals on the clock.
With the 70th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Byron Young, defensive tackle, Alabama.
The story that you love. You grew up in a town of fewer than 500 people in South Carolina, barely recruited, worked at a dollar store, walked on to junior college, ultimately made it to Tennessee, and look at him now, a third-round pick in the NFL Draft. Mel?
What you see a kid here talk about when you love that play for Nick Saban. You play in that 3-4. He's got some scheme versatility. He's not going to test great. He'll be versatility up front. 4-3, 4-3 ends, 3-4 ends. He got to run, play with good leverage, disengage quickly to make stops.
Very good. All right. Cardinals on the clock at 72. Cardinals on the clock. 72. Tell you what, boy, man, Trenton Simpson was there, man. That might be a special pick for him in the third round. Still a lot of good guys out there still. So, I mean, a lot of good wide receivers still out there too. Some good running backs. I'm not too fond of the safeties. I mean, let me look at PFF here. We got with the safeties here. Garrett Williams, cornerback. The Cardinals took cornerback Garrett Williams from Syracuse. Cardinals pick 72, took a cornerback. So the Rams are on the clock right now. Is this the Rams' first pick? I don't remember seeing them. Well, the Rams got pick 73 and pick 77. So, but let me see on the safeties here. What do we got? Let's see, positions, safeties. Where are the safeties at there? Okay. Brian Branch, Antonio Johnson. Oh, wait, he might have been picked already. Was he picked? Sidney Brown? With Jordan Battle, Anthony Johnson Jr. I know there was another one or two safeties taken, but Mapu, JL Skinner. So you still got some safeties out there. Because I mean, you got to figure like with McCain, they brought him in. He's a torch holder, you know. You know, I mean, I have to hopefully McKinney, hopefully his hand is okay. So I mean, the Giants could use either some good quality I guess you might want to call a play, it's say, or maybe a draft pick. So if they can get somebody in there and give some good quality play in there, that may not be bad. But I said I'm still anxious to see that. I said now we did get the we got our center, got our cornerback. Do we go wide receiver in the 3rd round? A lot of them came off the board. A lot of them come off the board. Just trying to see here. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, the Rams are still on the clock. Okay, Rams are still on the clock. They're what, 73? Yeah, it's still. Yeah, they can't. Giants still can't trade up. Still can't trade up. It's still too rich for them to trade up. So, fortunately, they got to let things fall to them because they don't have enough draft capital to, at least for this year. I don't think. Even if the Giants wanted to jump up this far, even if they want to give up their 4th round pick and their 5th round pick, whatever, I don't think I would wind up doing it to jump up this far. So, unfortunately, they're in a position where they have to just let things start falling to them. But what do we got? The Giants. Let's see. Where are we at here? Okay. Oh, the Giants traded up. Traded up, baby. Traded up. Traded up. Traded up. Giants traded up. Traded up. There you go. There you go. Who are the Giants going for? There you go. Giants on the clock. On the clock. There we go. On the clock. Let's go, Giant Nation. Damn, who did he trade up for? Who did he trade up for, and how much did he have to give up to trade? I mean, because this is his 3rd round pick. You got to give up, and did he have to dip into next year's class? I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if if they're. Where the hell are they at? They went up to 73. So they went up from the Giants went up from 89 to 73. They had to give up about 80 points in draft capital. So honestly, looking what the Giants have left in their pick, even if they gave up their 4th round pick, their 5th round pick, and their 6th round pick, I still don't see where they have enough capital to jump up. So maybe the Giants gave up maybe their 4th round pick and maybe a pick from next year. Maybe. It's the only thing I can think of. So what do we got? The Giants took Hyatt. Yeah! Yeah! Hyatt! Hyatt! Hyatt, baby! Hyatt house! Yeah! We got ourselves a wide receiver. We're kicking the crap out of this. Kicking ass, baby. Up, I can't spell. Kicking ass. Yeah, good old Shane, baby. Good old Shane. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. All right, baby. There you go. There's your guy. Right? Maybe don't expect the whole route tree. Don't expect this or that or whatever, but right? Yes. I'm just wondering what did they have to give up to get him? Because as far as when I'm looking on the chart and all and everything, I mean, even they gave up their 3rd round pick and their 4th round pick this year, and even like their 5th round pick this year. I don't know if that's enough for them to move up that 15, 16 spots or whatever it was. So maybe they might have to give up maybe their 3rd round pick, maybe their 4th, I don't know. But maybe a pick next year, maybe. But what I'm not seeing is they're not showing any. Oops. They're not showing what the details are of any of these deals. Oh, yeah, it's a great draft so far. Oh, yeah, man. Whew. I said, we'll have to wait and see, did they have to give up their 4th round pick? So they may not even have a 4th round pick. But the thing I do like is that they're getting rid of some of these picks. Okay, they're getting rid of some of the picks because good chance these 10 draft picks were not going to make the team. But Hyatt's making the team. Yes. Banks is making the team. Yes. Michael Schmitz is making the team. Yes. Okay, here they go, Giants. Giants. Yes. Like Jalen Hyatt. Boom. 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 Yeah. Yes. Very good. Very, very good. Wow. Damn. Very good. Very, very good. That's freaking awesome. He's 6 foot tall, 176 pounds. So they call him the Splendid Splinter. So he's not, he's not, take the top off the defense, baby. It's funny watching him. They're just showing highlights against Alabama. He just ran past the defenders, caught the ball, and just kept running. So he's gonna have to watch out. I mean, it's just fast. Oh man, it's freaking awesome. Freaking love it. Yeah. So hopefully he's the Splendid Splinter. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so let me see here. Wide receivers here. Wide receivers. Okay, 4.4 speed. Okay, they got him. He's only 21, so that's great. 21 and a half. I guess he might be, let's see, 15 scores past season. 15 scores. 67 catches, 1,267 yards. Gotta love it. The Cleveland Browns pick is in. Cedric Tillman. They took a Cedric Tillman. Wow, back-to-back wide receivers. Back-to-back wide receivers from Tennessee off the clock. Back-to-back from Tennessee. Wow. Very good. Very, very good. Wide receiver. Very good. Wow. Back-to-back wide receivers from Tennessee off the board. Okay, so the Giants. Let's see. Now the Falcons next. They took Zach Harrison, an edge rusher. So the Giants are done. Giants are done. So the Giants traded up with the Rams. I don't know. I don't know what it doesn't show. Let me see if I can find out what if let's see here. Next pick. Just trying to find out what all the Browns, what the Giants had to give up. Let me see if I can go on. Let me see if I can go online here and see if I can find the Giants trade up. Third round. I'm trying to figure out what Giants had to give up here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's I guess it's still not. Nah, it's not. So I'm not sure exactly what the trade was. Still trying to figure out here. See if I can go around here and see. Let's see. Nah. Well, let's see here. All teams. Yeah. Round 3. There we go. I don't know. I'm just trying. I wish they would show you. Yeah, man. I wish they would show you what the terms were. It doesn't. And it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't say. I can't figure out what they had to give up. JF card. Nah, I can't say. I mean, so many trades. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Site map, policy terms. Now, I guess I have to wind up waiting to see. Waiting to see what the terms of the deal are. I'm just trying to look around because they're not really showing you on the TV. You know what the trade involved, right? But I'm thinking that quite possibly they have to give up a draft from next year because I think it seems like they for them to go from where they're at in the third round all the way up to what 73 or whatever, that's really really rich. So I don't think they had enough draft capital to move up that high this year. So they might have had to dip into their draft capital for next year, but is what it is. I said I wish they would tell you, but they don't. I mean, there's so many trades. They just they don't have the terms of the trades. It's a shame, but sooner or later we'll find out. We'll find out what all the what everything is. The Atlanta Falcons, the pick is in, but I mean, Zach Harrison, edge from Ohio State, and Marte Mapu. The Patriots took. The Rams are on the clock. So, but so far, this is a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. For the Giants, they really did a good job. You gotta tip your cap to them. Really did good. Really good. I'm going to see if I can try to find out somewhere along the line what the terms of the deal were and everything. But hey, Terrence, I'm gonna. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm gonna log off. All right. I mean, we'll be on for another hour and a half or so, but the Giants aren't going to be on or anything like that. So I'm going to go log off. I'm going to see if I can try to find out. I got to put some stuff on my Facebook group, and I got some stuff on my Facebook page. Right, there's a bunch of stuff I got to put on there as well too. I'm going to spend like the next hour or two just putting stuff on there, all the stuff I can find. Well, I also want to see if I can find. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thanks for spending the night with me. I appreciate it. And last night too. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going live tomorrow, okay? But I'll have a video tomorrow night going over all their draft picks for tomorrow, however many they have left. If they didn't trade them all away, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to find out. But have a good night, brother, and hopefully I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, pal. Good night, buddy. Bye-bye.